Howdy, folks. Have yourself a Bitcoin bull burger.
So here's my analysis on what I want to happen when Bitcoin decides to make a new move upwards. When price came down, hit support. I was ready. My original target was this area, the 98K area, right in here where this horizontal line is. You can see this has been a resistance in those areas multiple times where body candle closes or wicks have been. I want price after we bounced from the support area where my cursor is. Everybody knows it's 92K to 91K area has been support. We've kept testing it many times now. I wanted this daily candle to break above and engulf this candle, previous bearish candle that came down to support. So we had a large top wick and price got hit against the January 1st anchored VWAP. Also, this moving average rejection. Now we're on the weekend where price can be manipulated and we have a daily candle forming bearish after this rejection wick. Also, if you notice where my cursor is right now, this green bullish volume bar was smaller relatively to the size of these red bearish volume bars where my cursor is. So Friday, we had that Fed data, the employment data, which was good, but risk on assets react bad to that because it's good for the dollar, bad for risk on is what they say. So I think a lot of people are trying to figure out what to do on the weekend. It's just not a smart idea. My previous analysis, I think maybe the last 2 or 3 previous analysis that I loaded to YouTube since December, I gave a scenario where I wanted price to come down, actually take out some liquidity in this bullish mitigation block, shoot back up, get rejected somewhere at the previous highs, come down, eventually get rejected and turn this support into resistance and feel some of this imbalance area that was caused by that Trump pump. Now, a lot of people might not like that scenario. I don't even know what's going to happen. But what I'm telling you is, in my opinion and in my belief, if there's no correction, then this bull run will not be extended. In my previous analysis, I said this Trump pump from November 4th was this manipulation. This is manipulated price action, and you can't build a solid foundation upon that. So if you want an extended bull run, we need accumulation, just like we had down here from March to November. That was a huge accumulation period. I'm not saying it has to be that long, but these imbalances need to be filled. And after we had the ETF hype pump, this is January and February 24 all the way to March, I told everyone that this 50K area there, the order block right here on the weekly time frame, well in advance. After we got rejected again at the weekly top, this was around March. I told everybody I'll be looking for this price to be retraced in the 50K area where the order block was on a weekly time frame. And you see Bitcoin stayed in consolidation until it actually happened, which gave us fuel, or gave Bitcoin fuel to move up again. So that's why I say I would like that scenario to happen. In my previous analysis as well, you can go back to that video and check out the weekly trend line I drew. It's a valid trend line. It's not just one of these fake technical analysis trend lines that people draw their validation to. You can see that how far Bitcoin could actually go. But for right now, I'm on the daily time frame, and I wanted to show how everything is looking right now. We're at the bottom of a range, and that range has been legit from around the 100K area, which was resistance, down to the, you could just say 90K area, but actually 91 to 92. Everybody sees that. I want to drop down to the 4-hour and 1-hour time frame to show you what I saw on this green day, which I didn't buy it. It started before I woke up, and I was not going to buy into that and get wrecked. I know a lot of people got wrecked buying the top of that. They FOMO'd in. I know for a fact. 4-hour time frame, it's obvious time and time again. Price went up, volume went down. That whole push after we hit support, that is a huge volume divergence. This is the 4-hour time frame. So basically for a whole trading period, that was a huge volume divergence, and price was just manipulated upwards. And you can see the results of that sharp decline, and now price is just trickling down. People were calling this a higher low. And I feel like a lot of people say what they want. You know, people say what they want to see or what they want you to see. All I see, and they were using the 4-hour time frame to say this, I see a lower body candle closure and also lower wicks. That's just what I see. These body candles on the 4-hour time frame close lower than these 4-hour body candles, and these wicks were higher than these wicks. So that's what I saw. Let's go to the 1-hour time frame. Once again, this was the volume divergence on the 1-hour time frame that people bought into and got wrecked by, because this happened during Asia session, and then by the time New York opened up with the Fed data, boom, dropped. Then price went back up sharply. This is the 1-hour time frame. Sharply went up, and everybody was like, oh, the dip is getting bought up fast. That's not a dip. This is the markets reacting to Fed data. So price shot up and created another bearish divergence on the oscillators. And you can go look this up yourself. Go check out your oscillators. You're going to see a bearish divergence right here. And now price is trickling down. So just have to see what happens. I couldn't tell you. You know, since we're getting the price discovery with Bitcoin, you know, if you're trading this area, I can understand that. But if you're buying this area, you're late to the party, in my opinion. If you already bought below bear market prices, or you bought at that 50K dip, which I led people that were actually following me to do. I didn't tell them what to buy, but I told them what I was going to buy and what I was waiting to buy. It came to fruition. We bought, leverage play, made a huge amount of money. Now, we're in price discovery. It just gets harder. As I said before, it gets harder to play this game. Bitcoin, in my opinion, has been pushed up from the ETF hype. That's what pushed Bitcoin up this bull run. We also had that halving hype, but the ETF hype is what pushed it up. Then the halving came. Just like most bull runs, it's not the halving that just pushed up the price. If you go back and retrace and look at the price of Bitcoin during the halving years, Bitcoin was already in an uptrend. So after that ETF hype, we had the Trump pump hype. Everybody agrees. You'll hear this across social media that retail hasn't joined the market yet. And it's been my opinion for a long time that retail is broke because of all the years of this inflation and economic challenges that we've had. You know, poor people stay poorer. Money is being lent out. That's how most people have been paying their bills, is because of money being lent out. So who has money to buy Bitcoin right now? And the only other people that have been buying Bitcoin and pushing its price up are traders and whales to manipulate the price. So the price could get manipulated. We could just absolutely pump from this support area that we just came to once again and just go to new all-time highs. But in that scenario, I feel that, I don't even want to say I feel, I almost want to say I know that when Bitcoin comes tumbling down, it's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings. It's going to hurt a lot of people's pockets because they got caught up in that manipulation. They didn't want to sell. And I will short the market once again, like I did in March. And I have the receipts where I shorted Bitcoin in March and I started shorting altcoins in March. And I waited till that accumulation was over and I bought back into some Bitcoin at leverage and I rode it up again. I just wanted to make this video to show what we just went through in the past few days as we came to support what I want to happen, what I think will happen, and what could happen.